Got brakes? I don't. Not on my trailer anyways. So apparently my brake Rite system, the motor, is bad. I don't know. That's the only thing I can come up with. Because I had this problem, I don't know, probably about 2 months ago. I took it apart, jiggled some wires around, and it started working again. I didn't really do anything. Started working, and it worked fine up until now. The other day I was out driving and lost all trailer brakes. So yeah, just got the new one in from Pine Hill today. Just got it like 5 minutes ago. So I'm gonna be taking this off and replacing it with the new one. So I'll get the box open. Alright, what do we got? This is also something I ordered because it's something I needed. This is a caliper yoke. So I had a caliper fail and I took things apart. Come to find out the bolt, the caliper bolt, that runs through the caliper into the yoke, this hole in the yoke was completely, it was cracked. It had a big crack in it. So I'm not sure if that's what, I'm assuming that's what caused the caliper to fail in the first place. But what happened was my pad, the inside pad was stuck and just ruined the whole rotor. The caliper started leaking because it got too hot, ruined the seal. Somewhere in here there should be bolts. Yep, got 2 bolts. We'll work on that later. For now, I'm going to be working on getting this replaced. Brake Rite by Dexter. Manual, we don't need that. Okay, this is pretty simple. You just take the old one off. It's got these 3 plugs, so it's all plug and play. And this little baby isn't cheap, let me tell you. I think this here was around 1,200 bucks. Not cheap, that's for sure. I'm not sure how long these systems are supposed to last, but I would think they would last longer than 2.5 years. But it does get used a lot, and it does get used pretty hard. So I don't know. The motor, the little motor is inside this box, which I'm not going to take off because I don't need to. And the way Pine Hill has it set up, they got these little latches on here, and then might need 2 hands for this. That pops off. There's 4 bolts down here. Gotta take them loose. Ready to take this out. So we got the old one out, and it looks like we gotta put this. Or do we? What is this for? What? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why? I don't think we need that. Better read the manual.
Manual? We don't need that.
I don't think I need this part. I'm not sure what it's for. It doesn't show anything in here. So we're gonna put this new one on. I am gonna have to bleed these brake lines once I'm done with this. Okay. Nice and solid. Okay, we got the brake line connected. Got all the wires plugged in. And we can open up either one of these and put fluid in. Manual, we don't need that. So it needs to be within 3/8 of an inch to the top, or from the top, I guess. That was just me pulling the breakaway cable out. So it does work. We are gonna have to bleed the lines. But before I do that, I think I'm gonna try and get this on. Get the new caliper on, because I just got all those parts today. So the next thing I'm gonna do, change out the rotor, because this rotor's bad. Put the caliper on there, which I already took the caliper off because we had started this repair when we discovered that the yoke was the problem. So just got the yoke in today. So I got to take this wheel off, take this whole hub off, and put all these new parts on. So I would have put new rotors and new brake pads all the way around, but I checked all the other rotors and pads and they're still very good. So just gonna change this one out, keep my eye out on the other ones. Might need to change the pads within, the next year or so, but the pads are actually really good yet. It's kind of weird how this one pad, I don't know what caused that to happen, but yeah. I'll take the yoke off and show you guys what I'm talking about. Nice thing about a shed trailer is you don't need a jack. Just like that. So this is what I'm talking about. That yoke cracked. I'm not sure what failed first. I don't know if I'm not sure. But that ain't good. I don't like to see that. So the next thing we gotta do, take all these nuts off. and then that will break this apart. So we just had these nuts off like last Saturday, and I figured they'd come off pretty easy, but for some reason they're on tight. So get yourself a little bit of scent killer and spray that on there, and it'll loosen those suckers up real good. I am kidding, by the way. This is PB Blaster in here. I got it by the bulk and didn't have a spray bottle, so had an empty scent killer bottle laying around. Boy, that one's tight. Good night. So, the problem is, I don't have a socket that's big enough to fit over this. So, we're going to use a channel lock. There we go. Now, got to take these little things and bend those up. There's only a couple of them, and then we can take that nut off. That nut shouldn't be very tight. RIP screwdriver. I don't have a chisel. Well, if I do, I don't know where it's at. Next, I wish I had a socket that would fit these. I don't think I do. That would make this so much easier. Not sure about this. Alrighty. Well, I just went to the store and got me a big socket. There we go. It was tighter than I thought it would be, but yeah, now I got a socket that is, well, 2 1/4. I didn't have a socket that big. Now, the inside one is the one that's a lot looser. So it went like this. Put it down the way I got it off. Like that. Like that. Now we can get to the yoke, take it off. Like this. You can kind of see that flange. That goes towards the inside, like that. The flat side will be facing you. And then there's a little lip on here. It sits right on there. That's all the holes line up there. Okay. I'm going to soak these nuts and bolts in some Pentra. If I can find a little container. Look at that marinade. These suckers were a bit rusty. I'm working in the one side of the shop that just is not very well lit. Okay. Just like that. There it is. Getting oil on my floor. Just like butter. Okay. Now I gotta put all these nuts to fasten the rotor to the hub. Oh, what fun it is to work on a Pine Hill shed trailer. So, when I went to town, I went and got something, or I picked something up that I never had before, and every time that I run into something like this, where I need a wrench, I can't use a ratcheting socket, I wished I had a ratcheting wrench, so I bought a whole set of them. I think this takes 3/4. I'm gonna go get it. Look at that. They all ratchet. We got, it goes from 1/4 inch up to 3/4, and then metric goes from 18 to 6. Never owned a ratcheting wrench until now. I don't know how good this brand is, but I think it was $130. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Oh, this is so much quicker. Worth the investment. Okay. We'll tighten them up pretty good. I'm going to use my regular wrench for this tightening. I don't know how durable those things are, so got the rotor, got the new caliper on, bolts. Now we've got to hook up the line right there. You see all that fluid? I went to bleed the brake, or the brake line. I used my new fancy ratcheting wrench. I opened it up and air was coming out and then fluid started coming out, and I went to put my wrench back on. And when I put it on upside down, the ratcheting side upside down. So when I went to tighten it up, I was actually loosening it and made a giant mess. I guess these suckers are a blessing and a curse. Okay. Holy moly. Well, that was the first. I've never changed rotors or brakes on this trailer yet. All the other brakes look fine. However, some of the caliper bolts do seem a little bit loose, so I may go through and make sure everything's good, because I don't want this happening again. That gets expensive, and yeah, I don't know, but I feel like I got a decent amount fixed up here. So we got the new caliper, got the new rotor, the new caliper yoke, and we replaced this thing. By the way, I want to check this fluid. I refilled it after I bled it, and it looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna button everything back up, clean everything up again, and pick up all my junk and call it a day. I'm ready to definitely call it a day. What a freaking mess.